Hello and welcome back everyone, we Weeb Online, and today I'm gonna continue the story What If Naruto Was Killed and Betrayed by Team 7 Part 3. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up, and to watch more videos like this, subscribe to my channel and turn that bell notification on so you never miss an upload. Now wasting no more time, let's begin.
The Odo team is looking around to see if the beautiful blonde set any traps. The Kunoichi of the Odo team looks at the blonde with amazement. He's just sitting there in the tree, as if he's in tune with nature, she thinks as she looks at the blonde. Seeing him is a sign of how the human spirit can rise up and become a brave warrior angel. As Zaku and Dasu get closer, they both think, let's see what this so-called avenging angel can do when he's not looking. However, Rock Lee and his teammates, Ino Yamanaka, Choji Akamichi, and Shikamaru Nara are watching the three of them. Hinata Hyuga, Shino Aburane, Kiba and Yuzuka, and the Kunoichi trio from Kumo were also there, as some of them are about to tell Naruto to be careful. Kin was knocked out by a chop to the neck from Naruto, who used his sixth sense to target the weakest member of the team. Zaku tries to do something like an air blast without using his hands. Naruto sends chakra to his sword and spins it so fast that it surprises the people watching him. The air blast had turned into a gust of wind that just blew his dirt away. The groups move out to find some scrolls to get into the tower. Dasu tries to use Taijutsu on him, thinking that it will be his best move. But Naruto blocked his punch and hit him in the chest with his head before he could reach him. He then threw an elbow at his back, which knocked him down and woke him up. Zaku sends another blast of air at Naruto, and Naruto returns the favor by sending a simple wind ball jutsu at Zaku with enough force to knock him into a tree and break his right arm. Naruto has no trouble beating the Sound 4. He takes their scroll and ties them up. Everyone should go their own way. When the Kunoichi of the Sound team wakes up, Naruto has tied her up and put her away from the rest of her team. The girl has long, black hair and a body like a female acrobat or track and field star. In a costume that looks like a female Kunoichi and a gym rat had a baby together. Naruto asked the girl, who was looking at him in shock, "What's your mission from Orochimaru?" He had figured out that Orochimaru had sent them. "What? How do you know that Orochimaru sent us?" asked a shocked Sound Kunoichi to the blonde. "I smell snakes on you and your teammates," Naruto told her when he realized that her lies weren't going to work. Kin Tsuchai. "Orochimaru sent us to kill you," said Kin, who was now out in the open, as she looked at the blonde with interest. "Well, you and your teammates didn't know everything. He gave me the cursed seal. If you had attacked me while the seal was still on me, you would be dead right now," Naruto says as he shows her a picture of the cursed seal on the back of his neck. Kin is shocked by this news. She can't believe the young blonde in front of her would have killed her. "I think you should watch out for your teammates. I beat the hell out of them, so I don't think they'd do anything but lick their wounds," Naruto says as he ties Kin up. Naruto turns around and says, "The knots have burned seals, and they will burn them off 40 minutes after I leave. Remember what I said," and he jumps away. Kin thinks, well, at least he's right about my teammates. They do give me the feeling I need to look my door at night. 2 hours have passed inside the tower. Naruto had gathered the scrolls he needed to move on to the next phase. When he looks up, he sees the words heaven and earth. When he opens the scroll, smoke quickly comes out of it, and Tamashii stands in front of him. "Hey, Tamashii-sensei, what are you doing here?" Naruto asked, surprised to see his partner and teacher standing in front of him. It's easy to explain what this philosophical parable means. If you don't have qualities of mind, go train your mind. If you don't have qualities of body, go train your body. Naruto, you have a strong body and a sharp mind. But what you need, Naruto, is the greatest teacher and physical trainer of all time, says Tamashii, which gets Naruto's attention. Who would that be? Naruto asked with interest. Simple experience. You can train your body and sharpen your mind all you want. You need experience to guide you through your years of intense battle and combat. As while you are being trained by some of the greatest warriors in history, you are not them. You are Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze, the avenging angel, don't forget that, says Tamashii as he looks at Naruto, who is deeply inspired by the masked warrior. Naruto is moved by the speech and goes to his room. As he walks down the hall, he hears muffled screams coming from a room close by. Naruto breaks through the room to see something that will make him even better at his job as an avenging angel. He sees Kin Tsuchai tied, gagged, naked, and bound to the bed with her legs propped up. Her teammates were lubing up and getting ready to rape her. When Naruto sees red, he jumps at them. Naruto attacked them and beat them so badly that they couldn't move an inch. Dasu is thrown so hard that he breaks through a wall and goes into the next room. Naruto falls on Zaku's knee and breaks his back. Naruto stops his rampage and frees Kin, who hugs him and then wraps herself in the blanket. "Thank you, Tenchi. If you hadn't come, they would have raped me like a prostitute," says Kin as she clings to him for dear life. Naruto takes her to his room with him. Dasu and Zaku were left in pain and broken. Naruto thought that their attack would get him disqualified, so he sent a small amount of his Hammon to heal them, but it still knocked them out. Kin and Naruto get together for lunch. Naruto and Kin talk about what was going on in their lives before they met. Being the only child in a family with 2 parents and living with them was easy and happy for her. Naruto then says that before he became a sort of angelic warrior, he was a nobody, a punching bag, and a kunai board. Naruto also shows that he has come to value the human spirit's ability to keep going and to be humble, saying that many people would give up or die, but that some would refuse to do either and keep going with a stubbornness that would seem supernatural. Kin starts to admire the blonde when he sees how dedicated and determined he is to become more than a shinobi. She also loves him for being kind and caring. Kin and Naruto look at each other for a moment. They see what looks like a spark. The two of them start to kiss. They started kissing each other with a lot of passion, getting to know each other's bodies. Kin can feel Naruto's rock-hard muscles, while Naruto can feel Kin's athletic, curvy body. As they kissed, it felt like minutes turned into hours, but Kin pulls away from the kiss. Kin said in a seductive voice, "Naruto, let's wait. I don't feel comfortable right now, and I want to know more about you and your other lovers." When he hears this, Naruto nods and gets ready to go to sleep. Kin moves toward the bed and cuddles up to him. She strokes his chest and can feel the muscle on him. She thinks about how it would be fun and helpful for her to date the avenging angel. She thinks about who she was when she was younger. Think back to 2008. Kin is running for her life on the street from a group of men who want to beat and rape her. She, on the other hand, was surrounded, so she fought back as best she could. But it wasn't a disaster. But before they could rape anyone, a man in tribal-looking armor jumps out of nowhere and kills the whole group. He turns to leave, but before he goes into the night, he tells Kin, "Find a place to get strong." The day after, at the crack of dawn, Naruto had Kin sneaked out of the Forest of Death. All of the Chunin candidates are in a very large arena together. Hiruzen starts to congratulate everyone on making it through the second phase and staying alive. He starts to explain that the exams are a smaller version of war, as well as a way to check the weapons of each village's army and get rid of the worst of the best. Some of the Chunin candidates knew what the saying meant, seeing many could easily start a border fight or even a full-scale war. An Iwa ninja who looked like a brute said, "Get on with it." "Yeah, let's fight already," said the other Iwa nin, who looks like a man who likes to fight. The other woman on their team shakes her head at how stupid her teammate is. "Okay, then, if anyone is hurt and doesn't want to participate, please leave now, and the ANBU will take you back to the village," said the Hokage as everyone who wasn't at full strength, including one Kabuto Yakashi, followed the ANBU. "Now that those who can't fight are gone, let the preliminary matches begin," yelled the Hokage in a tone that would make even the god of war blush. The match boards show that Naruto, Zaku Abumi of Sound, Ryuhei Gosai of Iwa, and Takehara Kimura of Iwa will fight against each other in a 3-on-1 match. "Okay, everyone but the ones whose names were called, get up on the platforms and watch the fights," said Hayate as Anko looked worriedly at Naruto. "I hope you'll be okay, kid, whether you're avenging angel or not," Anko thinks as she watches the blonde boy get ready to fight. As he looks at Naruto in disguise, Orochimaru thinks to himself, "This should be interesting." All of the genin get to the platforms so they can watch the fight. They notice a strange thing that Naruto pulls out. The girl with panda hair looked at the spear and wondered, "Is that a two-sided spear? I've never seen anything like it." Naruto swings his spear around to get used to it. At the top of the spear was a standard Jumonji Yari head, and at the bottom was a crescent-shaped blade. Ryuhei pulls out a warhammer and says, "Heh, it's so lame to play with sharp sticks." When Ryuhei told his friend that the blonde's manhood was small, he said, "Hey, Takehara, I wonder if he's pulling it out to make up for something, if you get my drift." "Yeah, it seems like he's trying to make up for being small down there," Takehara said. Zaku, who has something to settle with the angelic blonde, laughed. Takehara pulls out big Tekokage and puts them on the backs of his hands. Naruto said with a straight face, "That's funny, because I was going to say the same thing about the three of you, especially you with the war hammer," which makes the Iwa duo and Zaku growl. "Start," Hayate yells as he jumps back. The fight starts between the four. The three of them use earth and wind jutsus against the angelic blonde to try to beat Naruto with brute force. Naruto, on the other hand, used his mastery of acrobatics to deflect or avoid many of the attacks that were made against him. Naruto then uses the slash of his spear to send out a water jutsu in the shape of an arc. The jutsu throws Takehara into a wall, which breaks. Zaku tries to use his air cannons again, but he can't because he sees something strange in his eye. Zaku thinks that the room's lighting is trying to throw him off. He aims at Naruto and tries to hit him with an air current from behind. He doesn't look until he feels something sharp and cold in his left arm. When he does, he sees something that scares him. Something that Naruto threw from a long way away cut off his left arm. As he kicks one of the Iwanin away, Zaku looks to see what the blonde catches. Rock Lee looks at his teammate Tenten and asks, "What's that in his hand, Tenten?" "I don't know, I've never seen anything like that before. It looks like a metal ring but cuts like a sword," said Tenten as she looked at the weapon in Naruto's hand. As Naruto fights both of the Iwanins, Zaku cries out in pain. Who is afraid of the blonde? As he and Ryuhei put away their weapons, Takahara says, "Okay, you're good. Let's see how good you are without that spear, Namikaze." With his double-edged spear and chakram, Naruto did the same thing. They fight Naruto with their bare hands. The Iwanin are chasing Naruto, taking his punches and kicks like nothing, and fighting back when they have a chance. Naruto is pushed away from the wall. Shikamaru looks at his friend in amazement and says, "No way, Naruto's fighting skills aren't just good, they're amazing." "Yeah, but it looks like he's on the ropes now," Choji said as he watched Naruto dodge kicks and punches from the Iwanin. Takahara was too sure of himself when he said, those fancy moves are nothing compared to our rock-hard bodies." Ryuhei accidentally gave Naruto an idea when he said, "Yeah, you should try harder if you want to get past our iron muscles jutsu." So, these two know a body armoring earth jutsu. Their taijutsu is just basic brawling, so it looks like they were trained in brute force tactics. But let's see if they know any dirty wrestling combatives, thought Naruto as he jumped back into the fight. Switching from the striking of Tekken to the unconventional wrestling combatives he knows from dirty wrestling with street fighting moves. It looks like Naruto is charging back into the fight. But what is he thinking? He can't hurt them with that jutsu activated, Ino said, worried about her fellow blonde's safety and sanity. "Even if you're immortal, Naruto-kun, you should be more careful," thought Hinata as she watched her love fight. "I don't own the Anvil of Crom theme from Conan the Barbarian." Takahara tries to hit Naruto with a double axe handle smash, but it is blocked and countered with a shoulder throw that sends him to the ground. Naruto then uses a move that would surprise Ryuhei, an eye gouge to his right eye, which knocks him out and causes him a lot of pain. Naruto then kicks Ryuhei in the groin, but Takahara manages to get Naruto in a grapple. Takahara tries to break Naruto's back with a bear hug, but Naruto uses a double ear clap to stun Takahara. Zaku tries to use an air burst on Naruto, but Naruto moves just enough to avoid the attack, which hits a staggered Takahara and knocks him out in one hit. Naruto then gives Zaku an uppercut 13 feet in the air and catches it. He then slams Zaku down hard enough to make him cough up blood and knock him out. Naruto then clotheslines a charging Ryuhei, knocking him to the ground. Naruto then uses a pile driver on Ryuhei to keep him off balance. Naruto then puts Ryuhei in a blood choke, squeezing the air out of him. Ryuhei struggles hard to get out of the hold, but it doesn't work. Naruto uses all of his strength to choke out Ryuhei of Iwa. Naruto pushes Ryuhei's unconscious body off of him and stands up. The winner is Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze, says Hade as Naruto walks up to the platforms towards his partner and mentor. As Naruto does this, Takahara hears that Naruto won and charges at him with a tanto. Ryuhei is killed instantly. Naruto wipes the blood off of his sword and walks up. Except for Hinata, Rock Lee, Tenten, and their teammate, most of the Konoha 11 are shocked by how quickly Naruto killed the dishonorable Iwanin. "Wow, I thought Naruto was scary when he tore those nin from Taki and grass apart like they were nothing." Hiba said, "This really takes the cake," and Akamaru barked to agree. "Wow, Naruto, what happened to make you so fierce and dangerous?" Ino wonders as she looks at her fellow blonde with a bit of fear. The troubled heaven made him want to kill, Shikamaru thought in a lazy but still surprised way. Hinata walks up to Naruto and gives him a passionate kiss, which Naruto returns with the same amount of passion. The rookies were surprised by how openly they were showing affection. When Ino asked, "When did you two become a thing?" Hinata said, "Since I found out he is now in the CRA," which piqued the interest of some of the women in the room as they looked at the blonde Casanova. Tenten walks up to Naruto and says, "Hey, blonde, what was that thing you used to cut the arm off of that Zaku guy?" Naruto pulls out the chakram and says, "I've never seen a weapon like this before." Tenten looks at the chakram and says, "I've never seen a weapon like this before." Naruto says, "It's called a chakram, and it can be used as a ranged weapon or a melee weapon in hand-to-hand combat. Many Chunin candidates fight to make it to the finals of the exams. All of the Konoha rookies except Choji, who is eliminated by Dasu of Sound, and Tenten, who is eliminated by Temari of the Sand, make it to the end of the preliminaries. There are only 2 matches left. The match boards show Hinata Hyuga versus Neji Hyuga. Hinata is feeling nervous, but Naruto grabs her shoulder and looks her in the eyes. The only way to fail is to lose the will to try. You can do this, Hinata, Naruto tells her as she smiles and nods. Neji and Hinata jump down to the floor of the arena. You should give up, Lady Hinata, Neji says. Fate has already said that I will win. Neji was too sure of himself when he told Hinata, you should go back and live a luxurious life fit for a princess. Ino and Temari scowled at him, but Hinata said, I prefer the battlefield because I'd rather control my fate than have it control me, unlike you, Neji, who acts like a prisoner to it. This gets a sneer from Neji, who activates his Byakugan and gets into his Juuken stance. Hinata does the same, but her stance draws the attention of Naruto, Hiruzen, and Might Guy. Naruto thought, she's moving around like a boxer. Soon, a fierce battle of Juuken begins. Neji, who is using his traditional Juuken, and Hinata, who is using her unique Juuken, are fighting a battle of brute force versus precise agility. As she dances around her clansmen, Hinata is getting more hits than Neji. What is this strange thing? Neji thought, is this supposed to be Juuken? As he got more and more angry at Hinata for not using her clan's art instead of what he thought was a perversion of his clan's art. They were fighting to a near draw until Hinata made a mistake in her attack sequence that caused her to overextend herself and take a direct hit to her mid-drift, which caused her to lose consciousness. Your win had nothing to do with fate and everything to do with luck. Hinata gets to her feet in pain and says, you won because you faced something that wasn't finished instead of something that was only written. Neji was angry that she didn't believe in fate and that it seemed like she was taunting him by saying that his Juuken skills weren't good enough to beat her unique Juuken. He charged her with the intention of killing her. The Jonin senseis of the rookies moved to stop Neji, but Naruto had already moved to stop him. He grabbed Neji by the wrist and threw him in the opposite direction. Neji asked Naruto, who was standing still, how much do they pay you? Naruto replied, nothing, Neji. Hinata Haim is one of my friends, as you could see from the picture of us kissing. Also, I stopped you from killing her, Naruto says as he points to Hinata, who is out of it. The medical nin are moving towards Hinata because she is unconscious. Naruto moves towards her and does something that surprises everyone. He uses his hamon to heal Hinata's body. Hinata's injuries are healed, and any chakra points hit by Neji are healed. This surprises everyone, even a hidden Orochimaru. Hinata is still unconscious, so the medical nin decide to take her to the medical bay. Orochimaru is also secretly angry. Why the hell isn't it working? The curse seal should be enough to hurt him, the snake Sannin thought as he waited to see what would happen next. Hinata is taken to the medical station. Uzumaki, you should forget about her. She's as weak as the main branch, said Neji. One of the female Jonin was about to say something, but Naruto stopped her. If she was so weak, how come she did so much damage to you so skillfully? Said Naruto as Neji turned on his Byakugan in anger. Don't do it, Neji. You're weak right now. Save it. Rock Lee and Gaara fight in the last match of the prelims. It was a fierce fight with great parts, but Rock Lee lost to Gaara of the Sand, who put his injured body down and walked back to the platforms to celebrate. Naruto heals Rock Lee, but it's getting hard for him to keep doing it, so he only heals him enough for him to recover on his own in 2 weeks. Hiruzen tells the finalists, pick a number from this basket to find out who you'll fight in the finals. One by one, they do so. Neji picks number 1, Naruto picks number 2, Dasu picks number 3, Kiritsuchi from Iwa picks number 4, Gaara picks number 5, Yujito picks number 6, Temari picks number 7, Samui picks number 8, Karui picks number 9, Shino picks number 10, Kib. Okay, you all have your rivals. You all have 2 months to train and get ready. Hiruzen tells everyone except Naruto as he sends them away. Naruto, my boy, please stay back for me, the old leader says as several Anbu members surround Naruto. Naruto, my boy, I know Orochimaru has given you a sort of seal, so please show it to us, Hiruzen said in a grandfatherly way. Jiji, I actually don't have his curse seal anymore, said Naruto as everyone in the room is shocked. What do you mean, said one Anko Midoroshi who looks incredulously at the angelic blonde in front of her. I mean I don't have the seal Orochimaru pridefully put on me, said Naruto as he takes off his shirt, which gets blushes from some of the female Anbus in the room. Boy oh boy, you are a stud with all those muscles. Anko said, you can take me to heaven anytime you want. When Kurenai heard this, she gave her a look. Everyone in the room is shocked when Naruto turns around and lets his hair down, showing that he doesn't have a curse seal on him. Hiruzen was interested and asked, Naruto, what happened? How did you get rid of the seal? Well, all you have to do is figure out what the seal really is and what it holds, Naruto said in a riddle. What are you saying? It's a seal that has chakra that makes you want more, Anko says as she looks at Naruto with interest. Naruto shakes his head and says, no, it's a way for him to move his mind to another body. How so, Naruto? Asked Hiruzen, who was interested. Orochimaru's genes need a body that matches them. But the problem is that it would take too long for gene therapy to change a new body, and since he wants strong host bodies, he has to try to woo them with power. So, he used Senjutsu chakra to make these seals that would boost his target's chakra networks in a way that would be hard to stop. I'm an avenging angel, so it didn't work on me. The power of my chakra is stronger than the power of the Senjutsu chakra used in the seal. But another important thing is that this seal has a soul fragment, Naruto says as they listen to the blonde's explanation. So, he would change the subject's body so he could take over the body, asks Hiruzen. Yes, but more specifically, Orochimaru needs to destroy the subject's consciousness to make the transfer possible. Well, it makes sense that if you want to take over someone's body, you'd have to kill their mind. As if there were even a little bit of mind left. The consciousness would fight for control, and I destroyed the soul fragment in the same way. In other words, there are two steps to my student's transfer. One is the loss of the receiver's soul, and the other is the slow genetic change of the subject's body. Hiruzen says as Naruto nods his head in agreement. The snake Jonin looked at the blonde and asked, could you take it away from other people? Naruto said, I might have to go into your mindscape to do it, which made the purple-haired girl in front of him kiss him. Naruto was surprised, so he kissed her back and broke the kiss. Every man in the room thought that Lucky Gaki had angelic powers. Naruto was surprised, and everyone was looking at Anko with either envy or respect for her brave action. Wow, he said. Okay, hold still, he said, putting his fingers on her head and meditating. Hey, Gaki, what's taking so long? Anko started, but Naruto pulled her into her mindscape before she could finish. Inside the mind of one Anko Mitarashi, the area around them looks like it came from a scary castle-based movie. Anko looks at the blonde and asks, what the hell is this place, Gaki? This is where your mind is. Naruto told Anko, it's a place shaped by your emotions and spiritual stability. As Anko looked around, she saw that the art and beauty were twisted in a way that looked like a snake. Anko asked, so where do we go? We go toward the source of the seal, Naruto said as he and Anko walked toward the main matrix of the seal. When Anko and Naruto got there, they saw a flying white cobra. What the hell is that thing? Anko asked as she looked at the cobra-headed dragon. It looks like it's missing something, though, Naruto says as the beast roars at him and his friend. Naruto gave Anko a powerful combat spear and a pack of impact bombs, saying, you might need these, as he made a bow and arrow set. Anko and Naruto fight the cobra-headed dragon in a fierce battle. The dragon attacks with its tail and claws, and Naruto and Anko use master-level acrobatics with their weapons. Soon, Anko and Naruto were able to stun the dragon. Anko, use the spear to kill this beast, said Naruto, and Anko did just that. They walk out of the mindscape. In the real world again, everyone looks at the shapes of the snake mistress of Konoha and the avenging angel. Naruto and Anko's eyes open, and Anko feels relieved. She falls into Naruto's arms. Feeling better, Naruto asks with a charming smile. Anko kisses the blonde deeply, tongue wrestling him. She pulls away and says something that surprises everyone. Thanks for the first date. I hope the second one will be better, she said. The blonde smiled sheepishly. Maybe, but let's try to take things slow, darling, Naruto said. Okay, that's it. Naruto, you should probably go home because you have training to do. Hiruzen says to get his attention. Right, Hokage Jiji, says Naruto as he gets up to leave, but then he hears a voice. Hey Gaki, what about training? Don't you want any help? Says a man in a green gi with a red vest, wooden sandals, a headband that says oil, and long white. Don't even think about it, Jiraiya. You've already ruined your chances of being a godparent by putting that seal on him. You're the reason why he became the avenging angel in the first place. Hiruzen said in a way that left no room for debate. Most of the people in the room avoid Jiraiya. As they leave, he thinks to himself, damn, I'll be in the spotlight, you'll all see, where the Namikaze estates are. Hitomi Hyuga had been talking to the light clone of Naruto for the past day and a half about what had happened during the years she had been in stasis, and her rescue by Naruto. So, you're now a sort of angelic warrior? Hitomi asked, trying to understand Naruto's situation. Well, you could say that I also have the knowledge of some of the greatest warriors in humanity, an archangel, and the warrior of storms Hinata didn't make it to the finals, but she did very well against Neji with a unique style of Juken, Naruto told Hitomi, who looked at him with surprise, worry, and a lot of pride for her eldest daughter. Hinata had been working on this style before she was taken. Hitomi turned to her future son-in-law and asked, "I was going to ask why they kept me in prison for so long." Hitomi agreed, so Naruto said, "I'll tell you, but first I need to get Hinata and Hanabi here to hear it." Naruto sent a message via messenger bird to invite Hinata and Hanabi. At the Hyuga compound, the Hyuga clan elders are angry that Hinata used Hitomi's Juken-style great flowing fist to fight a clan member. "Silence," shouted Hayashi when the elders stopped talking. "Hinata, tell us about your fight with Neji in the preliminary rounds," Hayashi said in a fatherly tone. "I used my mother's style and fought him almost to a standstill." Hinata said, "I couldn't beat him because the form is still being worked on." The elders were laughing at Hinata's performance of being able to match the traditional gentle fist, worse yet from a form that was supposed to be abandoned. Hayashi was intrigued by Hinata's performance, especially with the new fighting form of Juken that his daughter discovered the day after her boyfriend told him and the other clan heads he was an avenging spirit. 6 months ago, in the Hyuga clan's home, there was a flashback. Hayashi came home from the council meeting to tell Hinata something in his study. Hinata and Hayashi were talking about Naruto's chakra points and power when Hayashi said, "Hinata, I've known for a while that you like the blonde Jinchuriki. However, there is something you must know that me and your mother did with the 4th Hokage and his wife Kushina Uzumaki," said Hayashi as Hinata blushes at the revelation. Hayashi goes to his desk and retrieves in it a storage scroll of some sort and a document of sorts. "Father, what are these things?" asked a curious Hinata as she looks at her father in curiosity. The first item on this desk here, Hinata Heim, is the marriage contract with one Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze, said Hayashi as Hinata looks wide-eyed at the contract in front of her as her father continues. "The scroll right next to it is your early wedding gift," said Hayashi as he opens the scroll, revealing 2 large books, one larger than the other. Hinata picks up the smaller of the 2 large books and looks inside of it. She goes wide-eyed at the sight. The book her mother gave her appears to be a nearly grand manual, steps, techniques, and strategies of a variation of Juken called the Nagaru Daiken. "Father, look at what mother gave me," said Hinata as Hayashi looks and smiles at what Hitomi gave her daughter. End of flashback. Ever since that day, Hinata had been training in secret in Hitomi's variation of Juken to the point of being very skilled in Nagaru Daiken despite it being partially unfinished. Before anyone in the room could say anything, a messenger bird flies into the room to deliver a message to Hayashi. "Who could have sent a message to me of all people?" said Hayashi as he gets the message from the bird. The falcon flies off. Hayashi reads it and smirks. "Father, what is it?" asked Hinata. "Hinata, go and get your sister. We are to go meet your finance at his home," said Hayashi as he turns towards the elders. "This meeting is adjourned," said Hayashi as the elders seethe. One gets up and says, "What of the transgression of Hinata using that abominable?" The elder never got to finish as he was hit with killing intent that made him feel the one thing only felt once. "Fear meeting adjourned," said Hayashi in a stern tone that left nothing for argument. As Hayashi goes and meets his daughters at the gates, Hayashi thinks to himself, "Why do I get the feeling that the avenging angel will surprise me with something of tremendous joy?" The 3 exists the Hyuga compound. At night, somewhere else in Konoha, Hey Gecko is very happy that Naruto fixed his lung problem. Now, he can train with Yugao and get close to her when they have free time. He is also thankful that he was able to escape from Baki of the Sand and warn the Anbu about their plans to invade Konoha. "You'll live for me and your child," Yugao, also known as Nico, told her lover as they walked toward HQ's hospital. She was grateful to the blonde for giving her lover the strength he needed to stay alive. Inside the Namikaze estates again, Hinata and Hayashi are in shock because they are seeing Hitomi Hyuga, who was thought to have died while giving birth to Hanabi Hyuga. "Hitomi, Kassen," they say in shock. "Did you bring my mom back, Naruto?" Hinata asks. "No, that's why I called you 3 here. The Hyuga clan elders are the ones responsible," said Naruto as the 4 Hyuga look at him in shock. "What do you mean?" Naruto asked Hayashi as he, his wife and 2 daughters look at him. "The elders had Hitomi here abducted by faking her death," answered Naruto. "But why?" asked Hinata in an angry tone. "It's simple, follow me," asked Naruto as he and the 4 Hyuga goes towards the office. Naruto goes towards a computer station to show on large monitor data he had retrieved from the elder compound. Well, you see, the Hyuga elders discovered that within Lady Hitomi lays an evolution of the bloodline that would combine the Byakugan bloodline into a bloodline that would have similar traits to my clans, the Yuki and Inuzuka clans' bloodlines, answered Naruto as he brings up a simulation of said bloodline's activation showing an individual's bloodline in action having traits of the Uzumaki healing factor and physicals and the Inuzuka's enhanced senses and animalistic instincts, along with the ice abilities of the Yuki clan being in use. The 4 Hyuga are shocked by how powerful the evolved bloodline could be. "Is it possible to turn it on now?" Hinata asked. Well, I'm Hinata Haim, since the bloodline needs a lot of pain. But somehow, Lady Hitomi's bloodline is being stifled by a drug called Blaze, which is meant to stop mutation-based bloodlines. Naruto says this as he looks at Hanabi and taps her head, sending his Hammon into her body. Naruto-kun, what's wrong? Hinata asks. Orochimaru's curse seal. By putting it on me, he had tried to catch me. I was able to get rid of it. But it took a lot out of me to do that, as well as heal your wounds and Lee's, Naruto said as he stood up. Hanabi looks at the angelic blonde in shock and asks, what did you do to me? I also saw in their mainframe that they put Blaze in your sister's food and drinks. I had cleaned your body and your sister's body of that drug, Naruto said as he struggled to stand. Are you going to be okay, Naruto? Hayashi asked in a worried tone. I'll be fine. I just need to rest. But Hinata Haim, you, your mother, and your sister need to stay here for a few months, said Naruto. Why, Naruto? Asked Hayashi, looking at his future son-in-law. Because the traits that would have been suppressed by Blaze would become active and soon activate inside of them. If Hinata and Hanabi went back, they would be dead because the Hyuga elders made an elite guard called the Stalkers. As Hanabi clung to her mother in fear, Naruto said, they would kill any Hyuga with any evolutionary traits. Hayashi-sama, your house has more going on than you think. See, there is a training ground in the Elder Quarters where Hyuga branch members are used as training dummies for Juken and target practice. I also found why the Hyuga clan elders seeks to enforce your traditions to keep these atrocities going because of a sick sense of weeding out their slave stock for those who are strong enough to revolt, said Naruto as he goes over to the computer and shows the pictures of the training ground. The images made the four Hyugas sick to their stomachs. For the next few hours Hitomi had explained to Hinata of the Nagaru Daiken being incomplete. In that way, it's geared toward Juken's focus. However, its true goal is to become more than just a Tenketsu-focused striking form, but a complete martial art that covers all-out hand-to-hand combat, as well as all-around use of weapons. This is why Hinata brought the other book with her in the storage scroll. Naruto decided that he and Hinata would train for the finals together, and Naruto would help Hinata with her Nagaru Daiken training. Naruto and Hayashi made plans to take care of the Hyuga elders by making a drug to counter Blaze. Hayashi went home to tell everyone that Hinata and Hanabi would be staying in the Namikaze compound, but not before kissing his wife goodbye for the time. 6 weeks have passed since the last class. Naruto, Hinata, and Hitomi had begun training with each other. Naruto had greatly helped Hitomi in perfecting Nagaru Daiken as well as helping her revisit the older Hyuga fighting forms, innovating newer, more combative techniques and tactics to each fighting form found in the encyclopedia. Hinata had also trained together along with Kin, who reveals she also has feelings for the blonde after he saved her from being raped by Zaku and Dasu. Hinata welcomed her to the harem. Hinata also gave Kin a warning that if she ever betrays him in the village, she will be wishing Naruto should have killed her in the forest. Kin didn't have it any other way. Naruto had trained them in martial arts that would complement and in Kin's case compensate for where they are lacking in. Hinata was trained extensively in Bando, who benefited greatly as the form's animalistic characteristics complemented her skill in Nagaru Daiken, giving her more combative aspects to use in combat. Kin was trained in Wing Chun by Naruto, giving her skills in Taijutsu a much-needed boost. Naruto, Hinata, and Kin have become lovers because they talk about what they like and don't like and what they want to do in the future. Kin is moved by Naruto's goal to teach the next generation of ninja and bring back his clan. Hinata also wants to get rid of the archaic slave values of her clan. Right now, Naruto, Kin, and Mrs. Tsuchai are in the office with the third Hokage. Hokage, Kin Tsuchai swears to be loyal to Konoha. As my first act, I'd like to tell you something, Kin said in a low voice as Hiruzen listened. The village hidden in the sound is led by Orochimaru of the Sannin. He plans to attack and destroy your village with the help of the sand. I know that the sand is helping that village, but is there anything else? Asked Hiruzen. Yes, the Kazekage is dead, and the man who will be coming here is they plan to betray the sand and leave them without a leader after the invasion. Kin said, shocking everyone in the room. I see. This information coming out is a surprise. Welcome to Konoha, Kin. I hope you find the right person to spend the rest of your life with. Hiruzen says as Kin kisses Naruto to celebrate being accepted into Konoha. Wow, the Casanova angel strikes again. The wolf-masked Anbu whispers to the falcon-masked Anbu. Inside the leaf, there is a hidden base. So, Orochimaru, what are your plans for the avenging angel now that you can't control him? Kabuto asks as he looks at his master. Well, we will just have to kill him and destroy the village, Orochimaru says as he pulls out a weapon with a unique design similar to the Kusanagi. At night in Konoha, Neji is out of breath and sweating a lot. He had just finished 5 weeks of hard speed and strength training so that he could fight Naruto head-on. As he drinks water to cool off, he feels a strange feeling in his organs and muscles, as if they were on fire. He walks toward his room at the branch compound. He eats his dinner and then takes a cold shower. He then writes down the last day of training on his calendar and goes to bed. He has no idea that a group of wild Hyuga stalkers are just a few meters away, ready to kill him. Okay, remember to do this quickly and quietly. We don't want any unnecessary deaths, unless it's a death that can't be helped, the leader said as he and his men laughed ominously as they prepared to kill Neji. But Naruto in his guardian suit kills them all by breaking the necks of the leaders. Naruto thought, that's strange, these stalkers seem to be going to Neji's. That's interesting, as he walked off into the night and thought about what had happened. In another part of the leaf, inside Orochimaru's safe house, Kabuto is making sure his disguise is good and putting the finishing touches on the extra equipment while he checks his gear for his mission at the hospital. Kabuto is remembering what Orochimaru told him about the sword he showed him. He thought about how it looked like a silver aurora when he first saw it. After the second phase of the Chunin exams, there is a flashback. Orochimaru-sama, what is that sword? I've never seen anything like it. It looks like a twin of Naruto's, asked a shocked Kabuto as he looked at the blade. I'm glad you asked, Kabuto. This is Totsuka no Tsurugi, a blade used by Susanoo, the god of storms, said Orochimaru, making Kabuto even more surprised than before. Orochimaru, who used to be a member of the Sannin, has one of the most powerful weapons in the world. A weapon that could only belong to the god of storms. Soon, Kabuto, not even this avenging angel could stop me from reaching my goals, said Orochimaru as he twirled the Totsuka Tsurugi to get a feel for it. But the jewel in the sword's handle is glowing as if it's trying to call its owner, and a silver aurora surrounds the sword. When Kabuto sees it, he thinks, why does it glow like that? That can't be good, but I could be wrong. He leaves to coordinate with the sound forces. End of flashback. Kabuto forgets how he feels about the sword and focuses on his current mission, which is to get Sasuke Uchiha out of the village breeding chambers. Soon, Konoha will only be a memory for my master, thought Kabuto as he made his way to the hospital's bloodline sections. In other parts of Snow Country, a man walks through a camp of his nomadic clansmen. He sees them all training and practicing the clan arts and skills. As he smiles lovingly at them, the wind picks up in a way that tells him to move on. I guess it's time to settle down in the village that the god of Shinobi himself built. It's time to talk to the elders of this new progress, the man thought as he went to ask the sages of his clan for advice. In the North Pole, Kurama and Tozen are practicing their skills and jutsus against each other in a sparring match, using counters and parries like dancers who have done this for a long time. Okay, Kurama, we're done for the day. We have another job for the daimyo of Bear Country, Tozen says as he puts his sword away, and Kurama does the same with hers. Sure, sweetheart, Kurama says as she looks at her lover with interest and asks, what's the job? Tozen gives her the Star Village file. We're going to look into the village hidden in the stars. He's heard that the death rate of genin has gone up quickly in the last 3 months, and he wants us to figure out why. Tozen said as Kurama read the file on Star Village and figured out one thing about it. In other words, they are using the power of the meteorite they found in the village a long time ago. Tozen, I might be able to figure out what the problem is, but I might need your help to solve it, Kurama said as she and Tozen went into town to get the right supplies. Back in Konoha during the day, Naruto is going on a date with Fu, Karin, Hinata, a disguised kin, and Haku. All of them have a light clone with them, with Haku being the original. So, Haku-chan, how are things? I haven't talked to you in a while, so I'm curious, asked a curious Naruto. It's just a lot to take in. Darling, Haku says as Naruto looks at her with interest. What do you mean? Naruto asked with worry in his voice. It's just that it's been 7 months, and I went from being an accomplice to one of the most famous missing nin to meeting you when you were human and talking about our lives and values to you dying, and becoming an avenging angel. It's like a dream I never knew I had, Haku says as she wraps her arms around Naruto's neck and takes in his scent. Well, you should believe it, since it was a prayer from your own lips, Naruto said as he kissed Haku. The two people in love kissing in public to show how much they love each other. Fu and Karin had a great time with their clone. Each of them had dinner at a different place, like a picnic for Fu and a fancy restaurant for Karin. Kin, who was in disguise, had seen many of Konoha's sights, from the mountain to the spa and hot spring, while a light clone was taking care of a certain pervert who liked to look at things. All of the avenging angel's lovers were fully in the moment. Some of the people who didn't like the blonde try to ruin each of his lovers' dates and days, which they see as blasphemy. But Naruto or a nearby friendly ninja had shown some of those bigots who they were and put them in their place by giving them a big hospital bill in a hotel on a leafy street. So the rumors are true. Namikaze is the avenging angel. A man in what looks like heavy armor said as he put the vase with Ryuhei Gosai's ashes on the table. Yes, it is. He's pretty good, Kuretsuchi said, thinking about how he fought Orochimaru and her two teammates in the exams. He is quite a warrior with the way he fights and how he uses taijutsu. The stud is definitely a stallion, said Kuretsuchi as Takehara looked at her with disgust as she praised the Namikaze. Kuretsuchi, Ryuhei is dead. We should be out trying to kill the jerk, but instead we have to follow these stupid fucking rules, said Takehara as both their sensei and Kuretsuchi gave him a serious look. Takehara, Ryuhei broke the rules of attacking when fights were called and paid the price for such dishonor. If he didn't, Iwa would be under siege without the daimyo's help, said the armored man. Bull, the fight was ours, said an obviously disillusioned Takehara as his teammate, and Sensei look at him with disgust with his cowardice acceptance of defeat as he walks away. Han Sensei, I think you should probably send Takehara home to Iwa. He may do something very stupid. Nighttime in another part of Konoha. Dasu of Sound tried to kill Gaara as he looked at the full moon. Gaara, however, used his sand to kill the person who was trying to kill him and then went back to watching the moon. Beautiful night, isn't it? Naruto said as he suddenly appeared next to Gaara of the Sand. Gaara is shocked when Naruto shows up out of nowhere. He looks in his direction. Gaara asked in an interested way, "What do you want?" Naruto walks up to Gaara and touches his head. He says, "I want to be an angel of mercy for you." Soon, he will take Gaara into his mind. Naruto said, "So you're the tanuki that's been giving Gaara of the Sand so much trouble," as Gaara looked at the two of them talking to each other like they were equals. Gaara looks at Naruto and a huge sand tanuki next to him and says, "What the hell is going on?" He looks shocked. Naruto asked, "Where do I start?" as he started to explain who Gaara was and what the mindscape was. Skip ahead an hour. Kankuro and Temari are worried that Gaara is killing people. Their sensei Baki is very worried about a possible battle, and everyone is hoping Gaara isn't sleeping until they hear a knock on the door of their hotel. When Temari opens it, he sees something that shocks and amazes him. Naruto, Uzumaki Namikaze, and her younger brother Gaara are sleeping in the doorway. Naruto said, "May I come in? We have a lot to talk about," and Temari let him in. Kankuro and Baki were on guard around Naruto because they thought he was a threat right away. Naruto told Gaara as he sat her down on the couch, "I know about the leaf invasion, and I'm here to tell you to stop." "What did you do to our brother?" Temari asks the angelic blonde as she looks at her with anger and worry. Naruto looks into her eyes and sees that she really does care about her family. "Nothing," Naruto said in a calm voice as the three of them looked over at the sleeping redhead. "I just talked to the tail beast inside of him and fixed the seal." "Why should we stop the invasion?" Baki asked in a commanding and curious tone. The three Sunanin in the room are shocked when Naruto says, "It's because it's a double cross. The Sound Village killed your village leader and put a fake in his place." "How do you know? You could be lying." Kankuro asked Temari as she thought about how Gaara had talked to her father in the past, remembering that the fourth Kazekage is known to send assassins to kill Gaara and that he called Gaara his son. She knows that he had said that he was just a weapon for the village. Temari said to Kankuro as he did this, "He's telling the truth. Remember how our father talked to us when we left for the leaf. He thinks about how strange he was back then, but then he realizes he's never called Gaara his son. So that jerk is dead, huh? Good. But what are we going to do now? If we pull back, we won't be able to show how strong our village is," asked Baki. "What do you mean?" asked Naruto, who wants to know what's going on with Suna and why they're planning to attack. Temari says, "It's because our jerk of a daimyo has been cutting our money for no reason." And Kankuro nods in agreement. "Actually, I know why," Naruto says as the three of them stare at him in shock at what the blonde just said. Then he tells them what he knows. "Your daimyo is a hedonistic sadist. He has been making trouble for the warrior monkhoods who have been serving the people of your country. He has also been bothering them because they didn't want to support his plan to be named a god of wind, which would put him in competition with Fujin for his title. He gives us your missions to watch you struggle to make ends meet for your families and village," Naruto said, as the three were even more surprised by his knowledge. Temari was curious and asked, "Why are you telling us if you know so much about it?" As if he was going to answer more prayers for Suna like he did for her family. "Because heaven told me to kill him and give his more skilled and sensible brother his job," Naruto said as the three of them took a step back in surprise. Kankuro asked, "Why would you want to kill our daimyo? Your daimyo had many of those monks killed." Their spirits still walk this earth without revenge. Their spirits have come to me in dreams I've had in the past few days. My claim of being an avenging angel isn't just a title, I really am an avenging angel, Naruto said as the three of them jumped out of their seats in shock that the title was very true. Keep sending the signal, but pull back your forces after you tell them the news. The leaf forces will take care of the sound forces, Naruto said as he walked toward the window to leave. Temari looks at the angelic blonde in front of her and says, "Thank you for everything you've done and will do." Naruto said, "Don't thank me yet," as Temari moved to kiss him on the cheek. Temari said, "Godspeed, Heavenly Punisher," as Naruto jumped into the night, leaving the four ninja of Suna feeling safe and having peace for the first time in a long time. Temari thought, "I see a beautiful future for my homeland and country," as she remembered how Naruto looked at her and seemed to see right into her soul. The way he looks at her makes her blush. The day of the last test. Many of the people who want to be Chunin are getting ready to go to the arena and fight, ready to show that they are ready to become Chunin. At the arena, food vendors are setting up. In the stands, there are a lot of leaders from the different gambling guilds in the different countries. Slowly, one by one, each genin hopeful is getting there. Neji and Naruto are walking in together. Neji said in a cocky way, "So, loser, are you ready to lose? Fate has already picked me as the winner. Don't worry about the future, you're living in the present, and nothing is set in stone," Naruto said calmly as he heard the crowd yelling. Some people wanted Naruto to die and wanted Neji to do it. "If you hear that, Namikaze, it means you're going to lose," Neji said with a confident smile. Naruto looks at him calmly as he gets ready for a tough fight. In the cage booth, "Good evening, Hiruzen. How are you?" asked a man who was almost as tall as Hiruzen. "Hello, Anoki. I see you haven't left the cage's office yet," Hiruzen said with respect. "Not until I see the Yondiame seed wiped from this earth," said Anoki in a serious tone. "Well, you might as well give up because he is here to stay and is not afraid of death, so if you value your ninjas' lives don't send any more," said Hiruzen as he takes out a scroll and unseals several severed heads of ninja Iwa sent to kill Naruto on his past missions. Anoki is surprised that all of the ninjas he sent to kill the Namikaze failed and were killed by him. "Stop fighting. We have guests coming," says Hiruzen as he puts the heads back together and gives Anoki the scroll. "Hello, Hokage Dono," said a big man in cage robes who looked more like a bodybuilder or wrestler than a ninja. Dono, how are things going?" Hiruzen asks the tall man as he looks up at him. As he looks at the man in front of him, he says, "Very good. I just want to see if this avenging angel I've been hearing about is really such a great story." Hiruzen looks at the two cages and asks, "Odokage-sama, Kazekage-sama, I'm glad you two are here. Are you both excited for the fights?" The Kazekage looked at Hiruzen and said, "Yes, I would love to see my Gaara fight Konoha's avenging angel. It would be amazing." The Odokage nodded in agreement as he watched the two men talk. Back to the floor of the arena. Except for Dasu of Sound, all of the contestants are there. A woman with blue hair and topaz eyes can be seen walking in front of the genin. She is wearing a Jonin flak jacket and black ambu pants. Some people find the origami rose in her hair to be a nice touch to her strong, feminine look. She looks at Naruto in a way that shows she is amazed and impressed by the young genin. She remembers what he looks like for later. "I'm Conan of Aindakure, and I'll be the instructor this year." "Where is Dasu of Sound?" asked the blue-haired girl as she looked at the contestants. "Oh, I heard he died in an accident. I saw some blood on the way here, so he probably died in a construction accident," Naruto says, getting some worried looks. It makes sense that he's not here, Kuretsuchi. "You win by disqualification," says Conan as she walks toward the cage booth. "One Dasu Kinuta can't take part, so Kuretsuchi of Iwa wins by disqualification," Conan said using a jutsu to boost his voice. Many people in the crowd are getting antsy because they want to see the blonde killed by the Hyuga. They are chanting and shouting, "Get on with the first match so the Hyuga can kill the fake avenging angel." Conan, who is disgusted by how they treat the ninja, looks at both Naruto and Neji. "Okay, everyone but Naruto, Uzumaki, Namikaze, and Neji Hyuga, go to the fighter's box and wait for your match," said Conan as everyone but the two shinobi moved toward the box. "Alright, let's start match 1, said Conan as Naruto and Neji got ready to fight. Both fighters charge at each other to see how good they are at fighting in close quarters. Naruto uses Fanzakuen and Neji uses Juken. Both are trading, blocking, or parrying each other's attacks. Both fighters are speeding up their attacks to show off the fast-paced style of fighting that shinobi are known for. Neji's palms hit Naruto several times, which knocks him to the ground. But Neji's left cheek is cut, and blood starts to drip from it. For the re-engagement, both sides change how they fight. At the cage stand, As he looks at the angelic warrior, the Raikage thinks, wow, he's fighting hand to hand with a Hyuga. That's an amazing feat of skill that few people could ever hope to achieve. Damn, his speed and skill are impressive, and he's already killed several of Iwa's best. I have to get rid of this threat for Iwa, thinks Anoki as he hatefully looks at Naruto. In the boxing ring, it's amazing how well the hottie is doing against a Hyuga. It looks like everything is going well, Yujito said as she, Samui, Karui, and Temari all nodded in agreement. Back to the field of battle. Neji and Naruto have reached a standstill in their fight. Neji changes his strategy, and Naruto changes his style in a way that throws everyone off guard when it works. Neji uses a special Hyuga technique to catch Naruto off guard. Neji shouted rotation as the spinning attack caught Naruto by surprise and sent him flying. Naruto gets up stunned from the technique, but he seems to be okay as his Tenketsu points slowly start to open up again. Neji said in a smug way, "Can't you see that fate has already given me the win?" Nothing is set in stone, not even fate, Naruto said as he focused his chakra all over his body. Everyone is surprised by what he does, even the Hyuga elders in the stand. He puts chakra into his hands and jumps at Neji, who spins around again. But Naruto was ready and hit the chakra shield with a double axe handle smash, which broke it. As Neji looks at Naruto in shock, Naruto jokes, "It looks like your rotation just got rooted." The perfect defense of the Hyuga clan has been broken. Neji keeps using Juken, and Naruto keeps using his chakra to improve his street fighting techniques. Naruto began to feel weak. Neji sees this as a chance and tries to hit Naruto with his 64 palms. But Naruto stopped Neji in the middle of the sequence. He hit Neji with a jab, a cross, an uppercut, and a smash with the axe handle. Neji is struggling to get up, and when he falls back down, he is so beat up that he has no more energy to use. He is about to fall asleep. "Excuse me, Proctor, but it looks like Neji can't keep going. Could you please call the match?" Naruto asked Konan in a polite way. "Winner by knockout, Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze," said Konan, while the crowd was still shocked that the supposed dead last turned out to be a fake avenging angel who had beaten the Hyuga prodigy in hand-to-hand combat. Naruto walks up to Neji's body, which is on the ground. "See, it wasn't fate that gave me the victory. It was skill, luck, and willpower," Naruto told Neji as he was being carried out of the arena. "I know your story, Neji, and one Hyuga will tell you best." Naruto takes strong steps toward the box where the fighters are. Some people cheer because the battle was so great. "Next match, Gaara of the Sand and Yujito Nai of Kumo," shouts Konan as the two contestants jump down to the arena follower. "Okay, number one, let's see what you've got," Yujito says to Gaara, who has a blank face. As Gaara and Yujito fight a fierce battle with defensive shields and razor-sharp attacks, the battle is sure to be intense. Yujito's agility, which is like a cat's, keeps up with Gaara's sand skills. One Hayashi Hyuga goes to one Neji Hyuga's medical tent. "Nurse, could I talk to Neji for a minute?" asked Hayashi politely as the nurse bowed to the man and left. Hayashi hands Neji a letter and says, "It's time for you to know the truth, Neji. It's been a long time coming." When Neji opens it, he is shocked to learn that his father gave his life for his twin brother because he wanted to, not because he had to. Neji now thinks to himself, so that's what he meant by what he knows. Neji lets the tears he has been holding back fall. Gaara and Yujito are currently fighting to a standstill because they can't figure out how to beat each other. Both of them put up their hands. "Proctor, I give up. I can't beat my opponent because we have different advantages," Gaara and Yujito said at the same time. And Konan nodded in agreement. "And calling this match a draw," said Konan. Inside the boxing ring, "Well, that was a fight between an unmovable object and an unstoppable force," says Naruto as everyone in the box nods their heads in agreement. Naruto sits down and thinks about his next match before he does it. Karui walks up to him again to look at his sword. "I hope my Chokudo can handle that sword," Karui thought as she watched the blonde blush. The next fight is between Temari of the Sand and Samui of the Cloud. "Please make your way to the arena floor, contestants," said Konan as Temari and Samui made their way to the arena floor. But not before they each gave Naruto a kiss. Temari and Samui look each other in the eyes and smile in an evil way. In a way, it means show what you're worth. Soon after, the Kunoichi got into a fierce fight, which many people in the audience could see. As Temari and Samui trade wind and lightning jutsus, taijutsu strikes. But in the end, Samui beat Temari because she used kenjutsu, which gave her an advantage. Samui had hit Temari's war fan several times, breaking it up. Before the next game could start, feathers began falling from the sky. All of the people who couldn't stop the genjutsu from working are knocked out by it. So begins the attack on Konoha. Shinobi are killing people all around the arena. The many daimyo's samurai are killing sound shinobi as they leave the stadium to get away from danger. The nin from Konoha are ready for Sound's attack. What's inside the cage box? So Orochimaru wants to fight. Hiruzen says to the Kazekage as the Kazekage takes off his cage robes and shows himself to be Orochimaru in his normal clothes. His bodyguards move to the four corners to make a barrier. So, Sensei, you found out, but it doesn't matter, you'll die soon, Orochimaru says as he looks at the other cages with him, who don't seem impressed by the Sannin. Do you want to join Hiruzen as Death Raikage or do you want to beat Tsuchikage? Asked Orochimaru. The Raikage looked at the old cage and said, no, Hiruzen will fight his own battles. Hiruzen agreed. No, I won't help him or attack him. My hatred is for the blonde Gaki outside the barrier, said Onoki as he pointed at Naruto, who was fighting off several sound shinobi who were protecting two children. Having Naruto makes a copy of Light to lead the kids to safety. Naruto told the kids, get to the bunkers and stay with this Light clone. He will lead you there. The Light clone led the kids to the bunkers. The sound chunin of the daimyo of Spirit Country comes at Kuretsuchi, but Kuretsuchi kicks him away, saving his life. So he's human like us, Han Sensei, Kuretsuchi said as he watched Naruto save some kids while Han broke the back of a sound jonin with his knee. Yes, that's Kuretsuchi, Han said as he punched away a jonin who was coming at him. I hope your grandfather will get over his stupid grudge with his father so you and him can fight dirty. The comment makes Kuretsuchi blush. Han said to his student, Kuretsuchi, you need to see a doctor. You talk in your sleep, as she stabbed a chunin in the neck with a knife hand strike. When Naruto looks at the barrier, he feels a spiritual disturbance coming from the tower. This disturbance is in the air. Naruto is only thinking about one thing. Orochimaru, you self-centered son of a whore, what have you done? As he rushes up to the cage booth so fast that my guy would blush, he says, you self-centered son of a whore, what have you done? He gets past the barrier and sees that Orochimaru used Ito Tensei to bring his teachers and father back to life. Orochimaru, I'm going to skin you alive for defiling the dead like that, said Naruto as Orochimaru. And everyone in the room looked at the blonde, whose eyes started to glow. Hashirama looks at the young blonde and says, Naruto, my boy, I'm so glad to see you. How are things with you? Tobirama asked in a happy voice. Very well. I just hoped this jerk wouldn't go so low, Naruto said, as everyone was even more shocked. Hiruzen was amazed by Naruto and thought, so his status is not only true, but he's also a student of both Hashirama and Tobirama, like me. As Naruto walks over to him, the man with the joined twins says, big deal. He can't get through this barrier with just titles. So, tough guy, you think you're cool because you're behind this barrier. Let me ask you something, do you pray to a god? Naruto said with a savage grin that scared the man. Are you Naruto? Asked a man who looked like Naruto's older brother. Naruto said, yes, it's me, father. I'm now the avenging angel, thanks to Jiraiya and his meddling. As Minato gets mad when he hears his sensei's name. Orochimaru said as he took control of Hashirama, Tobirama, and Minato and was about to take control of Minato, can we please fight already? I want to live forever. But a smirking Minato grabs his hand, which shocks the snake Sannin. Minato says, let's, as Naruto fills his sword with chakra and swings it at the twins who are joined together, using strength like a berserk to break through the barrier. During the action, the man was killed. Orochimaru put seals on the first and second Hokage quickly and told them to attack Hiruzen while he was fighting Naruto and Minato. Hiruzen was fighting his old senseis until they both stopped moving. While Naruto and Minato are fighting Orochimaru, Kusanagi is making progress against Orochimaru. Orochimaru thought, I'll have to break Minato's jutsu, as he started to use hand signs to break Minato's jutsu. As Minato goes back into the Shinigami's stomach, he tells Naruto, my son, you are amazing. You will be famous on Earth and in heaven. More than anything else, Naruto is angry. Hiruzen is doing better now that he has his Anbu to help him, as he is holding off the two great Hokages with Monkey King and Mei. And Onoki left the tower as they have no reason to help Konoha. You are dead meat, Orochimaru, says a very angry Naruto as he looks at the snake Sannin, who is slightly shaking. Orochimaru then suddenly smirks as he looks at Naruto with a satisfactory grin. No, you're not, because I have this, Orochimaru said as he pulled out Totsuka no Tsurugi, which was shining even brighter than before. However, Orochimaru's gloating is cut short when the Totsuka no Tsurugi flies right out of his hands and into Naruto's, surprising everyone. All your stupid planning did was make me mad, Naruto says as he spins the Totsuka no Tsurugi around and points it at Orochimaru, who is more afraid of Naruto now that he knows he has the sword. Orochimaru turns around and throws Kusanagi at Hiruzen, hitting him in the stomach. greatly wounding him, but not before Naruto cuts off his arm with a swift chakra disabling sword strike with Totsuka. Orochimaru is screaming with pain at the strike, searing the nerves to his arm. Sound retreats, said Orochimaru as every one of his bodyguards. The rest of Sound is on full retreat and are falling back. Some of the forces are not so lucky. Naruto goes over to Hiruzen and heals him as best as he could after pulling Kusanagi from him. Hiruzen feels refreshed and healed, but also tired. Sound forces are being routed and destroyed with only a few prisoners taken. The first and second Hokages bow in respect to Naruto as Orochimaru's jutsu fade with the disarray of his chakra network causing them to fade from the mortal plane. Naruto bows in respect of the two Hokages of the past. Time skip 6 days later. The leaf is making light repairs damage to many of its walls. The guards are doubling shifts and tightening security as one Sasuke Uchiha has escaped the village with a weapon of untold power the Uchiha clan had. Flashback days before the siege of Konoha. Kabuto had infiltrated the secured bloodline chambers of the hospital disguised as a doctor for the sections. He makes his way towards Sasuke Uchiha's room to see a sight of hilarious proportions. As he sees several beautiful cougars walking out of his room, very disappointed at the Uchiha for some weird reason. Kabuto looks at Sasuke's charts and found the one thing that would get him on his master's side. Kabuto walks into the room, locking the door behind him. So this is how far the Uchiha clan has fallen, an impotent runt in here where I thought you would be more powerful than this, said Kabuto as he looks at the charts in front of him. Sasuke Uchiha growls at him for his taunt at his manhood and his ability as a shinobi. Well, enough jokes. What if I told you, Sasuke Uchiha, I could give you more power and maybe improve upon what you lack as a man, said Kabuto as Sasuke's interest is piqued by the prospect. I'm listening, said Sasuke in a curious tone. Kabuto smiles at his hook being successful. Flashback end. Naruto is walking towards the council room with the Totsuka no Tsurugi in tow. He walks into the room and is greeted by the clan's heads, none more than Hayashi and Tsume. Naruto, I and the councils have been wondering why you didn't turn in that sword Orochimaru tried to use to kill you into R and D, asked Hiruzen as he is concerned for Naruto, as are the clan heads ever since the sword had come alive and rest in Naruto's hand. It's because it's a sword of heaven that once belonged to Susanoo, the god of storms himself, answered Naruto as everyone in the room is shocked, and Naruto's possession is one of the most powerful weapons in existence. But that still doesn't explain why the sword chose you, Naruto asked a confused Choza. It's because I'm also a holder of divine weapons. I'm holding the sword for the direct mortal descendant of Susanoo, and Ryujin, said Naruto as every one of the clan heads are surprised that there is a mortal descendant of Susanoo and Ryujin. Naruto, why do you have on your armor, might I asked a curious Hiruzen. Well, Gigi, I was given a mission from heaven, said Naruto as Hiruzen quirks an eyebrow. What mission is that, asked Danzo as he looks at the blonde in question. My mission is to kill the Wind Daimyo and give his brother his position, said Naruto as everyone in the room is shocked at what the blonde has said. Naruto, this is something serious. What was his crimes for him to be marked for death, asked Hiruzen in a concerned tone. He is found wanting the status of god of wind from Fujin, as well as murdering several holy men who refuse to acknowledge so. Their spirits are unavenged and unrested. Heaven has given me this task, said Naruto as every one of them except Danzo and his cronies are shocked by the Wind Daimyo's actions. I give you leave to do what you must, but there is a mission I must give you, said Hiruzen. What do you require, Hokage Gigi, asked Naruto. I need you to find Tsunade Senju and bring her back to the village. She is a top priority. After your mission and win, said Hiruzen as he looks at Naruto with soldier's eyes as he gives him a file and picture of Tsunade Senju. It will be done as soon as the Wind Daimyo is dead, said Naruto in an affirmative tone. Hokage-sama, you can't really. Danzo never got to finish as Hiruzen leaks killing intent. I'm sorry, are you questioning not only heaven's orders but also mine, asked Hiruzen as Danzo willing himself to be emotionless but desperately failing. Danzo shaking his head. No Hokage-sama, said Danzo as he sets down, seeing that he has learned his place with a bitter grain of salt and humility. I will be off. Oh, and Tsume-sama, said Naruto, getting Tsume's attention. Tell Hana I will take her out when I get back from the trip, said Naruto as he shunsons away from the room. Glad he finally decided to take Hana's hand in marriage, said Tsume as the other clan heads and Hokage think Casanova Angel. Elsewhere in the elementals, in a hidden base, Orochimaru is writhing in agony as his chakra network had been thrown out of complete control after the Totsuka severed his arm. Master, what can I do to help you, asked Kabuto as he's stabilizing his form as best as he could. You can't help me, Kabuto, but only one person can. We need to find Tsunade Senju. She is the only medic in the world that could heal my chakra network, said Orochimaru. Tsunade Senju, the world's best medic, thought Kabuto as he gets ready to go out with his sensei now in a chakra apparatus suit. In the next room, one Sasuke Uchiha is training with a sword he believes he is worthy of. A blade with a dark nature to it. Soon Itachi, I will kill you, but first this avenging angel dies, thought Sasuke as he twirls a blade of dark power. Back with Naruto. Naruto had left the leaf for his holy mission. He walks towards a checkpoint where Suna border shinobi are waiting for him. State your name and business for traveling to Wine Country, asked the Jonin in question. My name is Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze, I'm here on a holy mission. Introduced Naruto as the Suna guards are aware of Naruto's mission. Okay, follow us to Suna, I will be escorting you there. The Kazekage is expecting you, said the Jonin in question as he agrees to go with the man. Toshi and Goro stay here at the border, said the leading Jonin as he proceeds to go towards Suna with Naruto. The avenging angel, I thought he would have wings, said Toshi as he looks at Goro, who nods in agreement. Time skip 4 hours later. Naruto is being escorted by the border shinobi towards the village hidden in the sand. Here we are, said the Jonin as he gestures towards a castle-like village. This reminds me of the building designs Richard the Lionheart shown me for desert regions, thought Naruto as he walks towards the gates. "Ah, Takahiro, you're back early, who's this guy in the armor?" asked the gate guard as his partner looks at him in shock. "Tensei man, that's him, that's the avenging angel," said the other gate guard who's reading the new edition of the bingo book. "No way, that can't be him, where is his wings?" asked Tensei as he looks at the bingo book and gets a shocking wake-up call. "Let him in, Tensei. See you around, Heavenly Punisher," said Takahiro as he heads back to the village. "Where's the Kazekige's office?" asked Naruto. "It's in the center of the tower. A guide will be on her way to meet you at the rest stop over here," said the gate guard as he points towards the rest stop meters away. In the capital of Wind Country, inside a secret training ground, groups of men are training in various fighting techniques, forms and tactics. A man in black samurai-like armor can be seen overlooking their training. Report, said the armored warrior. "Lord Brahman Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze is in Suna, sir," reported a scout. "Good, my sister should have no trouble finding and killing this avenging angel. Let the daimyo know that he is safe. My sister will take care of the avenging angel," said Brahman to a messenger right next to him. "Soon nothing will stop our plans for world domination," thought Brahman as he looks at the warriors in question. Back in Suna, Naruto is relaxing at the rest station waiting for his guide. He is wondering who his guide could be, as he thinks that he feels an animus presence that is threatening, unlike anything else he's felt. As in the distance of the desert, 10 figures can be seen walking towards Suna's gates. Elsewhere in Suna, one Temari Sabaku is walking towards the rest station to escort an important visitor to the Kazekage office. "I wonder who it could be that warranted me to escort him here," thought Temari as she continues towards the station. As she walks towards the rest station, she can hear explosions going on at the gate. "What the hell," thought Temari as she runs towards the village gates. Back with Naruto. Naruto is under attack against unknown assassins with dark powers and abilities. He's standing his ground with each and every one of them with his spear and chakram. The main leader gets into the fight and is slowly pushing Naruto back. "So, you are the avenging angel Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze," said the woman in crimson armor. "So you must be Lady Bloodmoon, sister of Brahman the Savage and co-leader of the Kurayami Ariansu," said Naruto as the woman in red is smiling underneath her mask. "So the Namikaze knows who me and my brother are. Too bad, that only gives you the identity of your killers," said Bloodmoon as she continues the battle. The assassins adjusting their respective techniques and tactics. Naruto doing the same. Minutes goes by and Naruto, without even meaning to, triggers Archangel Incarnate and kills 6 of the 10 assassins, leaving only Bloodmoon and her team of killers. Bloodmoon shoots out a poison jutsu made for Naruto, but Naruto blows the poison away with a Lion Wind Cannonball, blowing it away towards an unlucky assassin as it kills HM slowly. Bloodmoon tries again, only for Naruto's chakram to hit her across the face, slicing her and revealing her face to be that of an Uzumaki, or what she used to be. Naruto slays 2 more assassins, leaving him and Bloodmoon. Bloodmoon tries to throw an Senbin at him, but Naruto disarms her with a thrown chakram to her wrist, cutting off her hand. She tries to use a suicide maneuver until sands surround her and swiftly crushes her. Naruto looks behind him to see the Sabaku triplets along with a small battalion of Gusnin. "So Namikaze, is it everyday someone highly dangerous and highly skilled tries to kill you?" asked Agara as he looks at the holy warrior in front of him. "No, not really, just my first time dealing with one of the co-leaders of a pain in the ass cult that employs demonic mercenaries," said Naruto sarcastically as Temari runs towards him, wrapping her arms around his neck lovingly. "Well, you surely know how to make things interesting. Nice armor, it really suits you," said Temari as she feels his armored form and trying to understand her fellow blonde's armor style. Thanks, Temari Mesu Reihenheim, said Naruto as Temari blushes at being called the Lioness Princess. Well, let's talk because I can't stay for a day and Knight Brahmin would most likely send more for revenge, said Naruto as Gaara nods in understanding. Follow me to my office, Namikaze, said Gaara as he leads the way towards his office in the village. Time skip 7 hours later in the mountains of Wind Country. A prison can be seen in the distance with various samurai archers in the cliffs that are on watch for anything. However, one got the unlucky straw with being the first to die by an arrow in his head, instantly killing him. One by one, each of the archers are slain by razor-sharp arrows through various parts of their body. Naruto in his guardian suit can be seen stealthily moving towards the tower. He gets close to the wall to use climbing claws to go up the archer nest. He kills an archer by throwing a kunai into the back of his head. Making his way towards the political prisoners section, he finds the one man he is looking for. Tenya Yoshimatsu, said Naruto as the man in question looks at Naruto in question. He appears to be a man well at the prime of his life and a build akin to a warrior king. Yes, who wants to know, asked Tenya as he looks at Naruto. I am Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze and I'm here to get you out of here. Heaven has decreed me your brother's executioner for wanting the title of God of Wind from Fujin and for the murder of several monks. They want you to rule your country due to your commitment to order and justice as well as your mind to honor and respect your duties as daimyo, said Naruto as Tenya, instead of feeling remorse, feels something else as he has glimpses of the past with his wife and child, his teachers and friends, as well as how his brother killed each and every one of them. I'm ready, Namikaze, let's take back my rightful place, said Tenya as Naruto smiles at the man in front of him. Excellent, here is some armor and weapons for you, said Naruto as he unseals the armor and weapons from a sealing scroll and hands Tenya a battle garb. Tenya is dressed in battle armor akin to that of an emperor as he draws out a sword and gets ready for combat. Naruto also does the same. So Namikaze, what's the plan, asked Tenya. Simple, we fight our way out of here and go towards the capital city to the palace, and I kill your brother after you get a piece of him, said Naruto as Tenya nods at the simplicity of the plan. Let's go kick some ass, said Tenya as he and Naruto begins fighting their way out of the mountain prison. Tenya is going to be changing things in Wind Country for the better. Naruto and Tenya are fighting off swarms of guards who are trying to get out of the prison through the front door. Tenya has trained to be a cage-level ninja, which means he is fast enough to keep up with Naruto for a while. Tenya looked at Naruto and asked, where do we go from here, Naruto? Naruto said, we need to go to Sayagad in the east to meet with the holy monks, who will help us retake the capital. Tenya nodded in agreement, as they are moving quickly toward the east. Tenya would soon be daimyo, so he can make Wind a great country again. Konoha again. Hinata, Haku, Fu, Karin, Anko, Hana, and Kin are going out on the town for a girls' night. They are walking toward a nice cafe that serves cinnamon buns and ramen. The girls are talking and having a good time, telling each other about their own adventures. So, Hinata, how is your sister doing? Asked Kin, who was interested in her sister's fiancé-in-law sister. Hinata answered, Hanabi is doing fine. She is still afraid to leave the Namikaze compound because of the elders and their stalkers. Her four-sister fiancés nodded in agreement. Don't worry, Naruto-kun will take care of them, Haku told Hinata, making her feel better. Also, I heard that those old goats are probably sweating because your father told them off for trying to save only the knowledge for that damned seal instead of their clansmen during the siege, Anko said as the rest of them laughed at his statement. But the very bloodline purifiers are watching from the shadows, waiting for night to come so they can attack their prey. As the day ends, a group of sister finances are walking home. Hinata thought, I hope Naruto-kun is okay in Wind Country. I know he's on a holy mission, but I worry about him sometimes, as Haku put his arm around her to make her feel better. As they got closer to their home, Hinata and her sister brides were attacked by Hyuga stalkers who wanted to kill them. But each of the future Uzumaki Namikaze wives began to fight off the wild Hyugas with the skills they had learned from their love for Hinata. They did this by using the Nagaru Daiken, which was now finished, along with more unusual tactics and techniques that Hinata had learned from her best friend. The stalkers were dead because the group of women had killed them. Anko pulsed her chakra to call the Hokage and his Anbu. They appear at the same time as Hayashi Hyuga. Hiruzen looks at Anko and the other girls and asks, what the hell happened? Hokage-sama, these ninja who attacked us are from the Hyuga clan. They are the stalkers Hinata has been telling us about, said Anko, as Hinata nodded in agreement. Hiruzen looks at Hayashi and wants to know what's going on. They are a group of Hyugas who have been trained to kill any Hyugas with Byakugan traits. They are known as the Stalkers, and they have been doing their jobs in a way that fits with how secretive they are. But now, they and the elders are too big for their pants, So it's time for us to take care of them for good, Hayashi said as he and Hinata were about to go to the Hyuga compound. Everyone is worried until Hinata falls to the ground, writhing in pain as her body cools in a painful way. Anko and the other girls are about to jump in when they hear a shout. "Don't touch her or you'll freeze," they hear. When they turn around, they see Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze, Avenging Angel, and Holy Warrior, which is the last person they would expect to see. Fu runs up to him and hugs him, saying, "Naruto, you're back." Actually, Fu, I'm not the real Naruto. He's still in Wind Country. I'm just a light clone he left behind to help out in case something happens in the village, said the light clone as he and everyone else turned to see Hinata undergoing a sort of transformation. Her body is covered in chakra. "What's going on with Naruto, my daughter? Why is she covered in a thick shell of chakra?" Hayashi asked as he looked at her. Simply put, the bloodline evolution is starting. The chakra encasement protects her from any physical or spiritual attacks on her form. The same goes for Hanabi and Hitomi, who are going through the same changes right now. This is what Naruto said to Hayashi as a branch Hyuga Shunshin's. "Lord Hayashi, hurry up. Neji is surrounded by some kind of chakra field," the branch Hyuga told Hayashi, who nodded in surprise. Hayashi said, "We need to go see Neji." The light clone of Naruto nodded to show that he understood and then made a clone of himself to take Hinata home with the other girls to the compound. The night has just started. At the same time as Wind Country. Wind Country is now in the dark. Even faster than usual, the winds pick up in the country. Tenya and the real Naruto find Naruto in a canyon surrounded by 6 lions. As they get closer, they start to growl less because they realize he is not a threat. The lions lick Naruto's face when he pets them. "Huh, so it's been a while since those lions were tamed," a woman's voice said. When Naruto looks up, he sees a woman with dark green hair that is tied in a bun and has long orange tips. Her eyes are brown and don't have any pupils. Her outfit was a backless shirt with purple arm warmers, short tight pants, an obi around her waist, bandages on her feet, and tights. Naruto looked at the woman and asked, "Who are you, stranger?" "You're first, handsome," the woman said. "My name is Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze," Naruto told the woman, who was shocked to see him. "You're the avenging angel I've heard about. I must say that some of the rumors about how attractive you are don't do you justice. My name is Pakura, and I used to live in Suna," said Pakura as she walked up to him and caressed his face lovingly. "It's nice to meet you, Pakura. Are you the beautiful guard at the Sinhagad Passage?" Naruto asks the Kunoichi, who nods her head yes and blushes a bit at the question. "Yes, I'll take you to the fortress gates. Just follow me," Pakura says as she winks at Naruto, who smiles back. Tenya thought, Casanova Angel as he and Naruto followed the former Sand Kunoichi to the fortress gates. A lion in a fighting stance is carved into the gates of the fortress. As soon as the gates open, a group of monks ready to fight can be seen standing there. A monk who is taller than both Tenya and Naruto. The head monk looked at Naruto and Tenya and asked, "Who are you two?" Getting a sense that both of them are strong and have a goal. "My name is Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze, and this is Tenya Yoshimatsu. After I kill Doku, Tenya will be the next fire daimyo," Naruto said as the monks looked at the man and bowed in respect. "Yes, an oracle had said that you, avenging angel, would come. I must say, I thought you had wings," the head monk said. Naruto said, "It would be harder to find an angelic warrior who doesn't have wings than one who does," and the head monk had to agree with him. "Come, we have a lot to talk about," the head monk said as they entered the fortress. Konoha again. The future Uzumaki Namikaze wives and the clone of their future husband are walking into the compound. The light clone has activated the seal that locks the compound. Karin looks at the light clone in question and asks, "Naruto-kun, how do you not freeze when you touch Hinata?" "Well, that's because I can send out 3 different kinds of storms: thunder, winter, and windstorms. I'm not too worried about her ice powers," said light clone Naruto as they arrived at the infirmary that Naruto had built weeks before. Naruto puts Hinata's chakra-encased form in a chakra chamber to keep her from hurting herself. Hitomi is in a chamber right next to Hanabi's, who also noticed her changes. Fu asked her love's clone, "What now, Naruto-kun?" As she looked at him, "Right now, we need to go to the Hyuga compound and help take control away from the corrupt Hyuga elder councils and help lock down the village," like clone Naruto. And the fiancés of the original Naruto go to the armory. When they got to the armory, Naruto brought each of them a box. "What is this, Naruto?" Anko asked Hana, Fu, Karin, Haku, and Kin as they looked at their boxes. Well, the original wanted these to be a surprise when you wanted new weapons. But Naruto found out that it was important. These weapons and armor are made to fit your fighting styles, Naruto told each kunoichi as they opened their crates. Alright, sweethearts, let's get rid of this rat's nest in Konoha, said Anko as she led her sister's wives into battle. Back in Sinhagad with Naruto and Sinhagad. Naruto, Tenya, the samurai commander of the samurai guard who had joined the resistance, and the leaders of the warrior monkhood make plans to attack the daimyo's fortress palace, which is guarded by Kurayami Ariansu mercenaries and samurai defenders still loyal to the current daimyo. Alright, everything is ready. Commander Sozin, you and your men will act at the east wall while Tenya and I sneak in through the tunnels the monks dug under the palace. When we get inside, we fight. Most likely, the mercenaries will find me after we get in, so get ready for a fight. This attack will happen tomorrow night, Naruto told the leaders, who nodded to show that they understood the plan and the warning. They all get ready to attack the daimyo's palace quickly. Naruto's room is soon visited by Pakura, who has fallen in love with him. They spend the night talking and getting to know each other. His determination and spirit make her fall in love with him even more, and they sleep together under the stars. At the Hyuga compound in Konoha, Anko and her sister wives have been cleaning up and getting rid of the Hyuga purists in the compound with the help of the Hyuga branch members and Hayashi's more liberal group from the Hyuga main branch. Right now, the girls are very tired from using their new weapons to fight off the stalkers. Okay, girls, so far we have gotten rid of these slavers. Let's make sure no one gets left behind, Anko said as she and her sister wives started to pair up. Did I forget something? Asked Hinata Hyuga as she came in. She has wilder hair, eyes that look like white marble, and a body that looks like a cross between a fierce Amazon and a gymnast. Her body armor is more obvious, like a particular kunoichi. Darling H. Hinata, you look great in your battle clothes. But what happened to you? Hayashi asked as he looked at his daughter with wonder and surprise, seeing that she had changed into a stronger version of herself. Well, it looks like father, the bloodline evolution is making me stronger and healthier as a side effect, giving me a lot of physical improvements, Hinata says as she looks at her father. When a Hyuga stalker sees Hinata, he lunges at her like an animal, but Hinata's Najiruken mauls him like he was nothing. Hinata looks at the shape of the man with disgust as she walks away to help get rid of the bad people in the Hyuga clan. Back tonight in the Wind's capital with Naruto. Commander Sozin, are your troops in place? Naruto asked over the radio set. Yes, all the guns are in place. We're ready for Operation Awakening, Sozin said as he heard answers back through the communications set on his end. Naruto said, let the operation begin, as Sozin gave the order to fire on the palace walls. The samurai fighters were ready for action. The daimyo's palace is quiet. Guards are making their rounds to keep their self-proclaimed god ruler safe. However, the peace ended when cannon fire hit the walls. The rebellion siege has begun. The samurai forces loyal to Tenya are attacking the walls with cannon fire to draw out the corrupt loyalists and some of their mercenaries. Naruto and 15,000 warrior monks and ninja monks are digging tunnels into the palace as the samurai forces attack the main gate. Okay, this battle is going to get tough, so whatever you do, be ready to fight, Naruto says as everyone nods their heads in agreement with what the blonde said. In another part of the palace fortress, Brahman is in his battle station on the balcony watching the battle. So Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze beat Blood Moon. Such is the fate of those who fight the avenging angel. I will make sure he doesn't leave this battle alive, he thought as he sent 2 iron berserkers to the front lines. Lord Brahman, we have an intruder alert. Warrior Sohei and ninja monks are fighting their way to the daimyo's throne room. The Namikaze is with them, Brahman's personal guardsman said as Brahman looked at him with a serious face. Oh, well, he's here. Things seem to be getting more interesting. Tell the Rakshasa warrior lieutenants who are still left to go to the hall that leads to the palace. Brahman did what he was told as his personal guardsman. Going back to Naruto. Naruto, the prince, and 15,000 Sohei and ninja monks are fighting their way through the halls that lead to the hall in front of the daimyo's throne room. When Naruto kicks open the double doors, a knife is thrown at his leg. Naruto thought, what is it with demons in my legs? As he pulled out his knife and saw Raksha's legs and a warrior in samurai armor who looked like 3 other warriors. So Namikaze, this is our first and last meeting, Brahman said in his green armor. Brahman, so you're here to protect the so-called god ruler. I get to kill 2 annoying people and then go do another mission, Naruto says as he pulls out a Mongol saber. That is, if I survive, Brahman says as he prepares his odachi for battle, and Naruto does the same. Naruto and Brahman charge each other and get into an epic sword fight, and the warrior monks and Rakshasa warriors also start fighting. The palace is the site of a fierce battle for the future of Wind Country. The forces of light are slowly getting the upper hand. Naruto in a blade lock stabs Brahman in his left side, opening him up for an elbow strike, breaking his nose. This is followed by a headbutt to his front teeth. Brahman, while staggered, tries to re-employ his sword play until Naruto with enough quickness leaps over Brahman and bisects him vertical. As the warrior monks finish off the last of the Rakshasa's guards, Naruto and Tenya walk into the throne room and see a daimyo with strange armor charging at both Naruto and Tenya. So, the Avenging Angel and my brother the Lion King. What a pleasant surprise that I get to kill you both and put an end to the rebellion. The Wind Dragon armor is my battle suit. Doku Yoshimatsu, the heavens have judged you to be unworthy, and they have chosen me to kill you, Naruto said as he and Tenya got ready to fight. The Avenging Angel, the Lion King, and the man who calls himself the God of Wind start a battle with 2 against 1. Fighting gets very bad and bloody. Both sides fight back and forth, hurting each other very badly. Doku kicks Naruto into a wall, then shoots a chakra beam at Tenya, who blocks it with his sword. In the fight, Naruto jumps back and pushes Doku into a wall. In the process, he hurt his laser gun. Doku kicks Naruto away again and uses his claws and sword for more intense close quarters fighting. When Naruto and Tenya attack together, they hit the armored tyrant with quick counters and parries. Doku, on the other hand, is very good at keeping up with the warriors who seem to be superhuman. Doku takes a critical hit from Tenya, which hurts him a lot. Naruto, on the other hand, is attacking with his wrist blade and stabbing Doku in the side, where his armor is weak. Tenya hits Doku with a spinning elbow, then knocks Ryusei down with a low leg sweep. As the battle goes on, the two keep attacking, showing that they are skilled and powerful fighters. Doku's battle suit helmet is broken by a jumping axe kick from Naruto. Doku gets a suplex from Tenya. Before Doku can fully stand up, Naruto's wrist blades stab him in the throat. This ends the rule of a tyrant who called himself the God of Wind and makes way for a great leader and a kind man. Tenya goes over and sits on the throne and place that belonged to him. As the forces of the rebellion clean up the bodies on the battlefield outside and inside the palace, Tenya and Naruto respect and admire each other when they look at each other. Thank you, Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze, for getting rid of my brother and bringing justice to my land and people. I will make a sacred decree that none of my heirs will denounce Fujin or claim to be the next God of Wind, Tenya says as he bows his head in thanks to the angelic blonde. It's no problem. Heaven told me to do it. Just make sure the daimyo of the future holds the decree in high regard, Naruto says as he bows in thanks. Naruto leaves the throne room and starts getting ready for his hunt for the Slug Princess. Now to rebuild my country the way it should be. And since Naruto told me that Suna has a new cage and that my brother was cutting their funding, I will send money and supplies to help the village. First things first, destroy all of my Dumbass brothers' statues and fix Fujin's, thought Tenya. Naruto sees a certain Kunoichi as he leaves the capital. One Pakura approaches him. Pakura wrinkles Naruto's face and asks, "Are you going to be pretty? I'm leaving Wind Country to find a Tsunade of the Sannin. If you want to come with me, it could be a long trip," Naruto says as Pakura walks up to him and strokes his face. "Sure, Tenchi, I'd love to see what makes the Avenging Angel tick," Pakura said in a flirty way as Naruto, and she started walking back to Fire Country. Somewhere else near Fire Country's north border, shinobi nomads are traveling in a caravan near the border of the Fire Country. The Konoha nin let them pass because they were not from any village. They keep walking in the direction of where they want to go. The leader of the clan bows to the nin to show respect and gratitude for letting them pass. The leader of the clan breaks away from the rest of the group, but the others know where their leader is going. After all, he doesn't get back his birthright very often. He goes in the direction that his birthright tells him he should go. Soon, Konoha will either have a new enemy or a new ally who will help him fight. Naruto and Pakura are back. Naruto and Pakura had been going from Casino Town to Casino Town with Pakura. The woman in question has only been seen by a few people. They take a break at a hotel. Pakura went out to get food for them. Two people walk toward the room where Naruto and Pakura are staying as she does this. At the moment, Naruto is practicing his Aikido and Kenpo skills by moving and using techniques in a way that is more like a street fighter than his usual style. As Naruto practiced his Kenpo katas, he thought, "I'm going the wrong way with the search. I forgot that Tsunade drinks a lot." It went on for half an hour. As he's finishing up his workout, someone knocks on the door of his hotel. He goes over to open it and sees Sasuke Uchiha as an adult standing in front of a tall man who looks like a shark. So, you must be Itachi Uchiha. I thought you'd be taller, and I see Kasama Hoshigaki, formerly of Mist, standing behind you as shark bait. What do you two want? Naruto asked in a calm voice. Itachi looks into the angelic blonde's eyes and says, I wanted to see if the rumors were true. Are you an avenging angel? Talk is cheap. I say it's just a rumor. Let me take him, Itachi. I want to see if the supposed avenging angel is tough after hearing that he beat Yamada the Dark Samurai, said Kasama. Itachi nodded, wanting to see if the claim and rumor is an avenging angel. A fight between Kasama and Naruto is short and quick because Kasama, who is missing a S rank in Nin, has never fought an Aikido expert, let alone a Kenpo expert like Naruto. He is quickly beaten back. Itachi turned on his Sharingan and used Tsukiyomi to pull Naruto into the Tsuyomi world. He said, okay, let's see if your mind is as strong as your body and can fight Kasama like you did. In the astral plane of Tsukiyomi, Naruto and Itachi are fighting on equal ground. On the outside, Kasama is very impressed by the blonde's fighting skills and how well he can hold his own and defend himself against him. Itachi, for his part, is very surprised by how smart the blonde is, fighting as hard as he did. Soon, Itachi will let Tsukiyomi go. Itachi and Naruto both have trouble getting enough air because of what happened. Itachi says, Kasama, let's go back. The rumors are true, Naruto is an avenging angel, while Kasama laughs and says, let's go back. As they left the fight, Kasama said, too bad, I was just getting warmed up. The damage to the hotel is fixed by Naruto using a sealing jutsu. Pekura came with food and saw Naruto doing Tai Chi. He was impressed by how well he moved through the form. So, Naruto, do you know where Tsunade is? Pekura asks as she looks at the blonde. Naruto said as they started to eat dinner, Tsunade is an alcoholic, so let's try the bars next. We might get lucky. In other parts of Bear Country, Kurama and Tozen had killed the people in charge of the Hoshigakure who had taken over after the third Hoshikage was killed. They were wearing special armor that kept the radiation from the star from hurting them. Kurama tells Natsuhi, the fourth Hoshikage, that they should hide the star until the right technology is made to train future star trainees properly. He says that the star can only be used when it is refined to have less energy, and that it can be used for healing and training. Yes, said Natsuhi. Kurama and Tozen are currently cuddling up in a hotel room. So, Kurama, how do you know about chakra-suppressing materials? I thought Snow Country was the only place that knew about them, Tozen asked as Kurama rubbed his neck. Well, my Wolverine, I've had mad alchemists try to siphon my chakra while I slept before. Thankfully, they did it more respectfully. I had heard the materials they were using for their containment units and seen how they didn't affect the environment outside of me, so I just memorized it. Kurama said when Tozen was surprised that his love had created and memorized said materials from alchemists, who only siphoned some of the chakra. Well, sweetheart, you still surprise me, said Tozen as they kissed deeply. Kurama said, you haven't seen anything yet, as she and Tozen took off their armor to have some much needed sex. Naruto and Pekura are back. After looking in 6 taverns, Naruto and Pekura found Tsunade Senju sitting next to her assistant Shizune Kato, who was holding her well-cared-for pig. They had not even seen them. Naruto told Pekura, go around back and make sure they don't escape. Pekura nodded, understanding what he meant, and walked around to cover the emergency exits with 5 of the 16 light clones Naruto had made. Tsunade is getting ready to go to bed when Naruto walks in. Tsunade Senju, we need to talk. Your old sensei sent me to find you, Naruto says. I'm Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze, Tsunade says, shocked by Naruto's name. Shizune looked at Naruto and said, you're the avenging angel I've been hearing about. When she saw that it was true, she was surprised. Tsunade woke up when Naruto pulled a letter out of his pocket. What would the old man want? She asked. So, the old man is retiring and wants me to take his place. What the hell am I doing? That job is nothing but trouble and a dream of a fool. Listen, old bat, said Tsunade as Naruto threw a kunai at her cup and broke it. Jiraiya is an idiot when it comes to taking responsibility, and Danzo is a brute and a future tyrant. You don't know anything about my loss, Tsunade said, giving Naruto an angry look and cutting him off. Do I? On my first mission to move from C to a rank, I was killed by people who cared more about their own glory and prestige than the lives of their teammates. Here I am in front of you, reborn as an avenging angel, an angel turned superhuman who is kicking asses and calling names. I know that your loss has made you angry and bitter about the world and about your position as a Kage. But if you don't move on, your brothers' and lovers' dreams of becoming Hokage will be crushed, and more lovers and families will be torn apart, Naruto says as he throws a large file in front of her. When she reads it and looks at the pictures, she sees a train of nightmares and horrible things done by one man, a man who will soon be killed by Naruto's knife. How did you get this? Tsunade asked Shizune as she looked like they were going to pass out from the horrors they had just seen. I took it from his secret base, which he was supposed to leave. The old man has also seen this, and he isn't too happy about it. If Danzo were to become Hokage, he would bring a hellish darkness like nothing the world has ever seen, and you are one of the few who could stop it. It is your fate to be Hokage and to make your ex-lover and brother's dream come true. Naruto said as Tsunade felt a feeling she thought had died with her boyfriend and younger brother's righteous fury. I'll give it some thought. Naruto has given her a lot of information, and it's a lot to take in. Tsunade told Naruto, I'll see you tomorrow at the village gates. Naruto nodded his head because he knew what she had seen would give nightmares to even the most experienced kunoichi. Him and Pakura leave for the hotel, and Tsunade and Shizune do the same until a familiar snake Sannin in a suit that stabilizes his body and feeds it painkillers shows up and offers Tsunade a way to bring her lover and brother back to life. However, Tsunade remembers the dark horror of what her teammate had helped do in the files Naruto gave her. Tsunade told him to meet her at the city gates for an ambush, but they didn't know that someone was watching, waiting, and hoping to fight the snake Sannin. Konoha again. The elders of the Hyuga clan and the main branch nobles who were plotting against them were treated cruelly by the now united Hyuga clan. The future wives of Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze. The elders said they did what they did for purity and gene cleansing, but the light clone of Naruto knew what they really did it for. Hinata and Haku sent slow freezing senbons to slowly kill the Hyuga elders for their treacherous and cruel actions. Neji, who was reborn as a stronger Hyuga, bows to Hinata and Hayashi and says he's sorry for what he did in the exams and how stupid it was. Hayashi thinks it's time to give Neji the letter his father left him before he died. Now that Neji is calm enough to listen, Hayashi gave Neji a letter from his father. When Neji reads the letter, he realizes how important his actions were and how true Naruto's words were the day he beat him. He realizes that he is in charge of his own fate, not fate itself. Right now, the light clone of Naruto, Neji, Hinata, Hitomi, and Hanabi are training in the Namikaze compound because some of the Hyuga training grounds were destroyed during the Civil War. Each of them is getting more familiar with their new powers and abilities. Hanabi, for her part, had learned something from her mother in the form of Hakuda, the ancestor form of Juken that took away all the weaknesses of her fighting form and techniques and gave her. Hinata is practicing Najiru Daiken's new ways of fighting now that Haku has taught her more about senbons and how to use them. She has now added range techniques to her fighting arsenal. Neji and Naruto's light clone are sparring, and Neji is showing Naruto how to do Shotokan karate. Neji is learning a style that will make his Juken style much more fluid and dynamic in terms of speed and strength. He is also getting a better understanding of Rock Lee's training and willpower, and his skills are getting stronger. So Naruto, when will the original you come back from his holy mission in Wind Country? Asks Neji as he dodges a roundhouse kick aimed at his head and hits Naruto in the chin with a quick palm strike. Yes, as soon as he brings back a kunoichi well that the village needs, the light clone said as he kicked Neji in the leg. Back to Naruto and the others. Naruto and Pakura are on guard because they are standing in front of Orochimaru, even though he is weak and wearing a suit to keep his body stable for now. Oh, Tsunade, so the snake pedo is still alive. Naruto said, are you going back with us or joining the soon-to-die son of a whore traitor? Tsunade punched Orochimaru before he could react. I'm going back with you, she said as she joined Naruto, Pakura, and Shizune. Orochimaru and Kabuto are not alone. They brought with them a group of wild four-armed mutant ninjas. Before the battle could start, a cloaked figure jumps out of nowhere in front of them. The Totsuka no Tsurugi floats into his hand, greeting him as its new and true master. The man was taller than both Tsunade and Naruto. His size was similar to that of Naruto. Orochimaru asks the man, who takes off his hood to reveal a face that reminds Tsunade of someone she once loved. Who might you be? Tsunade blushes and turns away to look at Orochimaru. I am Sozen Ryujin Arashi of the Ryujin Arashi clan, Sozen said as he took out the Totsuka and revealed himself. Well, Deadman, it looks like you're going to die with the last of the Senju and the Avenging Angel, Orochimaru says as he pulls out the Kusanagi and charges at the group of 5 with his mutant force. The fierce change is led by Sozen and Naruto, and Tsunade, Pakura, and Shizune jump behind her.
I will continue the story in next part. Till then, we weeb offline.